Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be checking out my screen recording system that I use, which is the AGPTEK HD video capture. So this guy is what I've been using for 4 years now. It's not a high-end one, it's not super fancy, so this does have a lot of limitations that others don't offer, but it does exactly what I need. Hey guys, I actually have to interject this in the beginning of the video because this whole video is going to end up being pretty disconjointed. I'm just starting the editing process and it just doesn't flow the way that most of my other unboxing videos do because this isn't an unboxing. I've had this for 4 years. This is a product that's not actually, I don't know, readily available on Amazon. It is for sale. You can get one on Amazon, there'll be links below, but it's $114. Whereas like their new model is $55. So the new model is different specs. It's not necessarily better. They're pretty much the same aside from one thing. This one that I have has the adapter for older gaming systems that uses the, I think it's like an RCA cable, the little 3 different, you got your 2 color and a 1 sound, or even it offers a 5 pin option, but that's something that most people aren't using these days. So I definitely recommend if you want something that's just HDMI to connect to a computer, a TV, a Xbox, a game system, things like that, this can be that little in-between to record things like your favorite football game or some gameplay that you're doing on your own. So this video is going to be a little disconjointed. I recorded in a few clips, but let's get back to the video, the AGPTEK video capture card. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the outside. Right here we have our logo, and right here at the bottom you can see this guy is actually a light. That'll light up red when recording, green when ready. Here on the front you have your USB port, a line in, mic, and line out. That's going to be a mic that will go in and you can give commentary. You have your record button to start and stop your recordings. And then on the back here we have 2 HDMI ports. One is for your HDMI out, one is for HDMI in, so you can feed, put this in the middle of a system. So if you want to put this between, say, your Xbox and the TV, you can have this plugged in there. And then over here we have another port, YPBPR in. I don't know what that is. I think actually I have an adapter here that it came with. Hold on. Hold on. Ah, yes. So we have our YPBPR in, which is this cord here. It comes with this adapter and then this. So this is to connect things like an older gaming system like a Nintendo or maybe even a GameCube. I don't know what they were running on. Anything that runs a 3-prong or a 5-prong, we have this guy that we can plug in here. And then you have your DC port in. So that'll supply your power. Other than that, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple little black box. It comes with a power cord, and I believe it came with an HDMI cable. We're talking about 4 years ago. I don't remember exactly. I'd recommend getting your own either way. The only thing that's a problem for me is this guy does not always work with certain systems. So when we tried to plug this in between an Xbox, so my buddy has his Xbox, we ran the Xbox HDMI in here, and then it wouldn't come out to the screen. It would just give us a black screen on the TV. For some reason, this doesn't understand the Xbox language. You know what? I have an Xbox right here. Let's test it out and see if maybe my buddy's Xbox was just being funny. Or maybe the TV was being weird. I don't know. Let's go ahead and throw this guy into the mix with my Xbox and my TV. Alright, so you can see the Xbox is on here, and I'm actually going to take you here behind. So I brought my device here, got it powered it on. This is our HDMI port, so we'll pull this guy out, plug in the Xbox to the HDMI in, and then our other cable we will then patch over to TV, and nothing. See? Oh, haha, it worked. Okay, so the original Xbox One, it works. The image quality is definitely not as good. Everything else here looks just a little bit blurry, a little bit softer, the text does. But overall, it still looks good. It's watchable, viewable. So It does work with Xbox and probably works with your PlayStation as well. This USB port is where you'll plug in a flash drive and it will save all of the video data onto that flash drive. It doesn't need to be super fancy. This right here is the flash drive that I use. It's a little 32 gigabyte flash drive. So that guy will just plug in here and then watch for the green light and it will be ready to go. Make sure that if you get a flash drive, I recommend finding one that has a light on it so that you'll know when it's blinking and it's working. This guy can be finicky sometimes where I'll turn it on and this for some reason won't be ready. So I'll have to like unplug it, plug it back in, and it'll be like, oh hey, there's the flash drive, or maybe I have to reboot the power on this altogether. It can be a variety of things, but overall, I still use the same process here. It hasn't been too big of an issue. For my computer, I actually have it set up a little bit different. Let's go ahead and plug this in and you can kind of see what I got going on. So I actually keep it right here in front of my computer. I got my DC power in plugged in there. Then I plug my HDMI in the HDMI in port. And then you can see my computer did a little jumpity-doo. And you can see a green light here. We go ahead and tap it. And I think we're doing the same thing as before, so it's not seeing the flash drive. Let's plug that back in, see if we can get it. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me bring you in a little closer. Alright, so I got it plugged in, but my flash drive is not lighting up. So I'm going to plug it in here. Oh, there we go, and now we have a light. Maybe? Good, good. Now, if I push the record button, it should turn red. Come on. Of course, has trouble performing under pressure. Ah, there we go. With lots of finicking, it finally is working, and you can see here now it's flashing as it is writing data onto the flash drive. So that means we're recording our screen here. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and show you here. If I right click on my screen and then say display settings, there's a few different ways. A lot of computers will start out where it's going to be panel left, panel right. I have mine to set up to be duplicate displays. But you can see here, extend display, show only 1 or 2, and then we can hit identify if we need to, 1/2. It's going to show it regardless because the display is duplicated. But that's pretty much it about the about how I have it set up on my computer, and this process has always worked for me. It records the whole screen. NVIDIA, when you get a NVIDIA graphics card, you can do your Windows G to open up the GeForce experience and you can record your screen, but it only records the screen of the one program you're in. So if you switch tabs, it doesn't follow. If you close the program, it stops recording and you're not recording the next thing you go on to. It's really finicky and a little frustrating. So I have found this is a lot more useful, and it can record for hours on end. I've had no issues with any of that. Once you get it recording, of course. So I looked at this on Amazon, and it doesn't have a price immediately listed, but if you click on it for pricing options, it's $114. Not a great option. This right here is my version of screen recording on a budget. There are great options out there like the Elgato and things like that, and even AGP makes an updated version that you might want. This one, however, is an older version. It's, started production in 2016. I got it in 2018. It's now 2022. We're talking 4 to 6 year old device. And it still works. It does. It works great. I will continue to use it. However, do I recommend it to you? Not necessarily. I might recommend going to their newer device that I think also might even support live streaming with this. This doesn't support live streaming. This is our 1080p HDMI recorder, so it does only record in 1080p. And then the format, it says Hemi. I think it means HDMI. And then Yapper. I'm not sure what Yapper is, but it probably means the YPBPR, which is that other video in port on the back of the device. It also says it supports a mic, but it says in the notes here, mic is for commentary, so I think it's going to record the audio separate, or it can only record the audio at one time. However, one thing to note about this does not support live streaming. Does not support that. If you're live streaming, you're going to have to record it some other way. It is not compatible with, they did mention that, specifically on Amazon. Oh, it doesn't work for HDCP 2.2 devices. I'm not sure what that is, but it doesn't work if you know what that is. I don't know. It's a great device. I'm happy with it. They've been selling them since 2016, and honestly, I recommend it. If you're just trying to get started on doing things like product reviews or just getting started doing gaming videos, things like that, I recommend getting this. Normally at this point I would go into like the pricing and price history on this guy, but right now there's only the one available on Amazon and it's listed at $114. That's steep. You don't need to spend that. Honestly, you should be just fine going and finding another HDMI capture device. But if this is the one you want, it is available. I got a link down in the description below. So that one was all great and all, but it's not really available anymore. They do have them, but they're like ridiculously priced. Go to AGPTEK store and they actually have another one for sale for $55.99. Let's even check out our price history here. It's even got a price drop. Look at that. It's, you know, been up to $57.99 and then comes down to $55.99. Pretty steady prices. It's all within about $3. I think it's definitely worth it to look at getting this newer, probably even more improved, less USB recording issues than I have. Check out this one here. If you want me to get this one specifically and test it out myself and let you know what I think, leave that in the comments below. If I get enough comments saying, hey, yes, that's what I want to see, I'll do it. But I know it might not be a big seller for you guys, but it's not that big of a headache either. It takes an extra 5 seconds to get it going. I'm not going to complain. I'm happy with it. It works for me. It does the job I need. One upgrade I did do to it, the little LED here. It's a little much for me. So I actually took a piece of tape and I tape off, electrical tape is best, I tape off most of it so that the hole is much smaller. You can just see the corner of it, and that's all I need is to know if the light is green or red. I don't need a big green light to tell me, hey, yeah, you're hooked up, you're working. It does support up to USB 3.0, but it does have a capacity limit of 128 gigabytes. So if it is a USB that is bigger than 128 gigabytes, which is big if you ask me, it won't work with this device. I use a 32 gigabyte, and I think I typically can record, I don't think I've ever done more than 3 hours, and it still has never been full. So not too worried about storage space there. I typically, after each recording session, I'll plug it into my computer because it's right here, and transfer it into a folder on my desktop, or the applicable folder for, you know, whatever video file it's attached to. All right, and that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If I've earned it, please consider subscribing. Also, if you want to get this or any of the products I use in these videos, links to those will be down in the comments below. Also, feel free to leave questions about any of the products I have here or in any of my previous videos. I'll be happy to answer any of those questions. I am an Amazon affiliate, so using those links down below do help to support this channel with no additional cost to you. So please feel free to use those links, and I will see you guys in the next video.